Out on the fringe, if you follow the story back, you find the center. Tracing the edge.
I hear people say that, oh, I'm so glad I survived my early years of climbing, but I really don't look back and see anything sketchy.
If you talk to Colin Haley for 10 minutes, you realize that his mind is geared for hard alpine climbing. He's analytical, detail-oriented, and his heart, his passion for the pursuit is just as sharp.
Colin just got scooped up by the climbing community. He was so humble and modest and mischievous and fun. So soon he had all sorts of people driving him all over the place.
If Forbidden had opened a 13-year-old's eyes, a winter ascent of Mount Johannesburg at age 16 kept them pride-wide.
Our last bivvy was the first time I'd ever gotten hypothermic, first time I'd ever run out of food, run out of fuel. You know, it was super intense experience, and to this day I think it's the hardest climb I've ever done relative to my experience level at the time.
The weather was terrible, even by Cascade standards. It snowed a foot each of the 5 days he and his partner Mark Bunker were on the route. By the end, his sleeping bag had frozen into a block of ice and nylon.
You know, after you do a climb like that, climbing multi-day routes in Alaska is not that big of a deal.
It can be tempting to look at our sports stars and project onto them this persona, this bravado, a devil-be-damned attitude, to think that fear must not come into the equation. And during his meteoric rise, there were critics that suggested Colin was simply too young to fully grasp the risks, that he was too naive to fear.
I get scared all the time. You know, and I think people have this idea that if you're an accomplished climber, if you've done difficult stuff, then you must just not have fear. And maybe for some climbers that is the case, but it definitely isn't for me. I get scared all the time, and I think fear is something that helps keep you safe. You know, it helps keep you super alert, super aware of what you're doing, and I'm not scared all the time, but I think I'm generally scared when I should be, and that's how I want to stay, you know? I'll probably get scared this afternoon trying to lead Iron Horse, you know, with almost zero risk, but the fact of the matter is when you're on a climb above your gear and you feel like you're about to fall off, you get scared, at least I do. It's pretty physical at the end there.
These days, Colin is on the never-ending climbing trip. In the fall, Index and Yosemite prepare him for the winter trip to Patagonia. In the spring, Chamonix prepares him for Alaska, which leads to the Himalaya in the summer. The Cascades. This is the place where he connects the dots, the home range, where he stays ready.
So the Cascades in winter is an excellent training ground for the bigger ranges because of that, and it's a really intense experience and I love it. Just, you know, climbing up some ridge, maybe climbing with your ski goggles on, just wind everywhere, knocking snow off of everything. It's all blowing in your face and melting down your jacket, and it's intense. It's like, you know, it's kind of like the type of climbing that I imagine it is most similar to being a Viking about to, you know, sail to Iceland and raid a village or, you know, something like that. It's fucking cool.
Music today by Secret Life is Sophia, whose concept album Seven Summits reimagines some of mountaineering's greatest moments. Colin's episodes are brought to you by La Sportiva. Whether it's a 10-foot tall boulder or a 5,000-foot wall of snow and ice, La Sportiva makes the technical footwear for your next big send. For more articles and videos, visit Sportiva.com or catch up with them on Facebook. And of course, none of this would have happened without the generous support of Patagonia. You can catch the newest installment of Tracing the Edge and find other stories and videos online at Patagonia.com. Stay tuned for Colin's next episode.